who Celtics writer believes could be first young player to crack rotation. As the 2025-26 NBA season approaches, the Boston Celtics are facing a critical crossroads. With significant roster changes over the offseason and the ever-present challenges of competing in the Eastern Conference, the Celtics' success will heavily rely on which young players can step up and make an immediate impact. For a franchise accustomed to deep playoff runs, the margin for error is slim. How Boston's emerging talent performs this season could define not only the team's fortunes this year but also the trajectory of its core group in the years to come. One young player drawing attention is forward Josh Minott. Massive Celtics reporter Brian Robb believes Minott has the best chance to be the first young player to crack the Celtics rotation. "I think we'll see Josh Minott get a big chance early," Robb wrote on Friday. He checks a box as a defensive-minded wing with athleticism that provided some encouraging glimpses in brief stints in Minnesota over the last few years. If he can outshine Jordan Walsh in training camp, it's easy to envision him getting regular minutes off the bench, and he could even be a sleeper candidate to start, depending on how Joe Mazzulla constructs the rotation. Minott's background and potential. Josh Minott, now 22, spent the last 3 seasons with the Minnesota Timberwolves, appearing in 93 games. Over that time, he averaged 2.6 points, 1 rebound, and 0.4 assists per contest. While these numbers might seem modest, Celtics evaluators see something beyond the statistics. Minott's combination of size, athleticism, and defensive versatility makes him a potential asset for Boston, particularly in a rotation that values wings capable of guarding multiple positions and contributing energy plays. Minott's style of play aligns with the Celtics' defensive identity. Boston has historically emphasized perimeter defense, switching versatility, and team-oriented schemes. A wing like Minott, who can cover multiple positions and run the floor in transition, fits naturally into this system. His athleticism allows him to be disruptive on defense, contest shots, and provide fast break opportunities, intangibles that don't always show up in box scores but can significantly impact games. Opportunity in Boston. Boston signed Minott to a 2-year deal this offseason, signaling the team's belief in his ability to contribute. The timing could not be better. Star forward Jason Tatum is expected to miss significant time due to an Achilles injury, creating a void in the frontcourt. With only a few forwards ahead of him on the depth chart, Minott finds himself in a prime position to showcase his abilities. Training camp will be a critical proving ground for Minott. Joe Mazzulla and his coaching staff will closely evaluate how he adapts to Boston schemes, including defensive rotations, ball movement principles, and pick-and-roll coverage. Preseason performance, scrimmages, and practice intensity will all factor into whether Minott earns early season minutes. The competition for those minutes will not be easy. Jordan Walsh, another young forward, will vie for a similar role. The battle between Minott and Walsh is likely to be closely watched by Celtics fans and analysts alike. Success will not just be measured in scoring, but in energy plays, defensive impact, and basketball IQ. The broader context for Boston's young players. Minott is not the only young player under scrutiny this season. The Celtics' off-season changes mean the rotation is more fluid than in recent years. Several veterans have moved on, and new faces have joined the roster, creating opportunities for younger players to earn meaningful roles. The team will need contributions from these emerging talents to navigate a demanding Eastern Conference schedule. This season represents a test of readiness for Boston's youth. Players like Minott and Walsh are tasked with stepping up quickly, developing chemistry with established stars, and showing they can handle the physical and mental demands of regular NBA minutes. The path to playing time is rarely straightforward for young players, and Boston's situation, with Tatum sidelined, presents both a rare opportunity and a high-pressure environment. Minott's path to the rotation. If Minott succeeds, he could become a key rotational player off the bench, providing defensive stability, energy, and occasional offensive contributions. He could also emerge as a sleeper candidate for a starting role depending on matchups, injuries, and Mazzulla's rotation decisions. His potential impact goes beyond points and rebounds. It includes intangible factors such as hustle plays, defensive switches, and maintaining team energy on both ends of the floor. Boston's coaching staff will likely evaluate Minott across multiple dimensions. Defense: can he consistently guard multiple positions, contest shots, and avoid foul trouble? Athleticism and effort: does he bring energy in transition and on the boards? Basketball IQ: can he make the right reads, understand spacing, and make smart decisions under pressure? Team chemistry: how well does he integrate with star players like Marcus Smart, Malcolm Brogdon, and other veterans? Success in these areas could elevate Minott from a fringe player to a core contributor for the Celtics. The next few months, especially training camp and the early season, will be crucial in determining whether he can meet these expectations. Why this matters: Boston fans will be watching Minot closely, particularly given the team's immediate challenges. The Celtics need reliable contributors to replace the production lost from Tatum's absence and to fill gaps left by off-season roster moves. For a young player, this is the kind of opportunity that can define a career. A strong start could solidify Minot's role for the season and beyond, while struggles may lead to limited minutes or time in development leagues. Moreover, how Minot performs will reflect broader questions about the Celtics' developmental pipeline. Can Boston consistently cultivate young talent to supplement its stars? Will this season's young players rise to the occasion or falter under pressure? Observers and analysts will be eager to see how these questions unfold in real time. Looking ahead as the 2025-26 season unfolds, the spotlight on Josh Minot will only grow. If he can seize his opportunity and establish himself as the first young player to crack Boston's rotation, it could be a turning point for both him and the Celtics. His trajectory will likely serve as a case study in how opportunity, preparation, and talent intersect at the highest level of basketball. For the Celtics, the stakes are high. Success could mean a competitive season despite Tatum's injury and a smoother integration of young players into the long-term roster plan. Failure could leave the team scrambling for contributions and facing questions about depth and future planning. In this high-pressure environment, Minot's development is not just an individual story, it's emblematic of Boston's broader goals and challenges for the 2025-26 season. Ultimately, all eyes will be on Minot and the Celtics' young players as the team navigates an unpredictable season. Whether he emerges as a key rotational piece or remains a developmental project, his performance will be closely analyzed, debated, and, if successful, celebrated by Boston fans hungry for energy, defense, and flashes of star potential.